We often hear people say that you shouldn't whistle at night in Appalachia, as if there's something unique about the Appalachian region that makes it particularly dangerous to whistle here. But the fact is, superstitions about whistling, particularly whistling at night, exist all over the world. In Chinese, Korean, and Japanese folklore, it's believed that whistling can draw evil spirits or ghosts to you. In Hawaiian lore, it's believed that whistling at night can attract the night marchers. In Islamic lore, it's believed that whistling at night can attract jinn. And the belief that you shouldn't whistle at night is widespread amongst indigenous American people, from the Inuit in the far north to the Aztec in what we now call Central America. So if this is a superstition that is not unique to the Appalachian region, why does it seem so prevalent here? Well, I believe the answer to that question is twofold. The first reason has to do with the people who settled in the Appalachian region. Of course, there's some influence from the indigenous people who were originally in Appalachia, influence from groups like the Cherokee and the Shawnee. But for many of us of European ancestry, the primary contributing factor is English and Welsh mining lore. Coal miners, much like sailors, tend to be very superstitious, which is understandable because it's a very dangerous job. And a large number of miners from the British Isles, who had an entire mining culture of their own, immigrated to the Appalachian region where they continued their trade. And within that mining culture, whistling after dark or whistling before you go into a mine, and especially whistling in a mine, was incredibly taboo, so much so that whistling in a mine was blamed for mine disasters. Back in the old days, you could even be fired for whistling in a mine. And of course, this belief spreads to the miners' families and the greater community at large. The second reason is because many parts of Appalachia, until very recently, as in the 1970s and 80s, have been very isolated and somewhat cut off from the rest of America and popular culture. Ergo, superstitions and folklore from the Old World and from indigenous people who once thrived in this region has survived here longer than it has elsewhere. Beliefs about whistling at night and other folklore thrive here, not because there's something strange about the land or something in the trees. It's because the culture and traditions of the Appalachian people and beyond have been preserved here when they have died elsewhere.